David Mays here, the video bard, producing videos that inform, entertain, and inspire. And here today, I'm going to hopefully inspire you with a story. I'm going to tell you a story about some members of my family. In this case, it has to do with my Aunt Julia and Uncle Lester. Now, Uncle Lester, he was, I guess you might call it grand uncle, and he was my mother's father's brother. Whereas my Aunt Julia, what makes her interesting is that she was originally born and raised, I think, in what's now known as the Czech Republic. So that was like 100 years ago or more. And the story I'm told is her family immigrated to what is now Texas. Definitely over 100 years ago. And when I was a kid, especially like 5, 6, 7 years old, it seemed like we were always going over their farm near Schulenburg, halfway between Houston and San Antonio. I remember going over there several times. Little family gatherings. And, hear stories about, people, things people do, experiences. And this story concerns my aunt and uncle, Uncle Lester, Aunt Julia, Uncle Lester. And the story goes like this, in that, like I said, they were living on a farm, and my uncle had raised some cattle, and one day decided they were ready for market. So, loads the cattle up in the trailer, hooks up the truck, takes them into town, takes them to the local auction, cattle auction. And apparently he did good with them, made himself some money. And so after that, took care of some business in town, went to the bank, did some other things, and then before he left town, he went and did something for himself. He went over to the local boot shop and bought himself a brand new pair of shiny cowboy boots. Something he'd been wanting for a while, some genuine Nakonas. The story I heard is they nice and shiny, kind of a dark brown color, a lot of nice tooling on them. And of course, he wears them home. So, drives home, goes in the house, goes in the kitchen. My Aunt Julia is in there doing some, cooking dinner. And it's like I said, my uncle wants, he's wearing those boots, he wants to show them off. So he kind of walks there into the kitchen and he says, "Hey, Julia, you see anything different about me?" And my Aunt Julia just kind of looks at him, looks up, that's it. "No, not really." Well, my uncle's a little disappointed at that, so he sits down at the kitchen table, kind of his feet stretched out, almost like, might trip my aunt. And she basically continues to ignore him. At which point, then he literally puts his feet up on the table. And my aunt, of course, looks at it and says, "Get your feet off there. We're going to be eating dinner there later." So at that point, my uncle was, definitely feeling irritated. So what he does, he goes into the bedroom, takes all his clothes off, except for the boots. Does produce an image of mine, not sure I want to dwell on. But anyway, walks back into the kitchen. And of course, he then says, "Hey, Julia, now do you see anything different about me?" Because my aunt looks at him, I was like, "What in the world?" And my uncle then says, "I got these new pair of cowboy boots, and they are so good looking, even my manhood is looking at them in admiration." Now, don't you like it how some people use big words like admiration? Well, anyway, my aunt looks at him, again, looks up and down, gives him that look. That look. I know some of you guys there have probably gotten that look from your wives or girlfriends or whoever. And then she says, look at him, she says, "Well, in that case, maybe you should have bought you a new hat instead." Anyway, that's a little story about my family. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back soon with some more stories about family, friends, and whoever else I can pick on. So in that case, let me play a little song, play you out, and we'll see you later. That's all for now. We'll talk to you later. And so it is.